Let me get back on my seat, okay? There you go. As full disclosure, I have the One Piece chapter like right in front of me, and of course I'm gonna read it. But before I do, I mean, come on, you know I have to do a low and high act of kindness. Well, what's more to say for my low other than the fact that I didn't want it to end? Because I really do think yesterday was probably the best Easter I've had in years. Straight up. Like, y'all got to see me dressed up all fancy. I got to look at a whole bunch of views of Seneca Lake, which I love the view at the harbor. It's awesome. And the food at that Easter brunch, oh my God. Yeah, but I'm listing off like pretty much everything that could possibly be my high at this point. Like, wishing the day wouldn't end, like that's my low. Everything else, this is gonna be my high, okay? Like, I'm gonna tell you the things I had at this brunch, so you know, like, just how much, because what I'm about to list is maybe 25% of everything they had. Well, because for starters, they were just about to shut down the omelet station just when I got there. I got the very last omelet they made. So, between that and, as you guys, I've always said, the ultimate iteration of steak and eggs is if you're at a brunch and there's an omelet bar and a carving station for prime rib. Prime rib, make your own omelet, the ultimate steak and eggs. And I got it. It was awesome. I had a couple sausage patties. They actually didn't have any bacon strips, but between the fact that green beans were cooked with onions and bacon, and the fact there was bacon in my omelet, bacon was well represented. I never discriminate between sausage and bacon. I love them both equally. Let's see what else I had. The salmon was really good. I don't have salmon very often. My mom, seriously, my mom does not like salmon at all. She will not eat it. I mean, I definitely like it better than she does. And this salmon was really good. Really moist, flaky salmon. Very good. Let's see what else. I know I had other stuff too. There was mashed potatoes. I had the mashed potatoes. They had this origatti Alfredo, which had sugar snap peas and basil. I mean, come on, guys. Basil's my favorite herb. Of course I'm gonna try that. I had both Pepsi. I had water, Pepsi, and orange juice to wash it all down. What else? Actually, I went up for the prime rib and mashed potatoes twice, because to me that was the best thing there. I mentioned the green beans. There was a lamb stew, which I got lamb on Easter. It was like a Moroccan lamb stew. It was really good. Had a whole bunch of like chickpeas and lentils and bits of lamb, like a tomato-based kind. It was really good. I loved it. And then the desserts, man. They had like those raspberry-filled cookies, chocolate mousse, banging lemon meringue pie. Good God, that was probably the best lemon meringue pie I've had in years. It was like light and cool and refreshing, and really cleansed the palate for me. It was great. This was a really great brunch. Man, I wish we did it more often. Well, actually, you know what? As great as the food was, the important thing was family was there too, for sure. You know, my mom, my dad, my grandparents were there. My grandpa hardly ever goes out. You know, cousins, other relatives. Best, like that made it all the better. And plus, I'm going to be seeing a bunch of them this upcoming Saturday because a relative of mine is going to be turning 80 years old. In fact, we're actually going to be going somewhere that I've always wanted to try. Don't worry. Look out for that post later. And that was only the first half of the day. Later on, we still had to celebrate my brother's birthday. His actual birthday is going to be on a Thursday, but we decided to celebrate it yesterday. And my mom made, she made a really good salad with rolls. And this is funny. My brother said he wanted potato skins. And if you don't know what potato skins are, it's basically like, you bake a potato, scoop out like all the potato stuff, and you fill it with like lots of melted cheese and bacon, and you put scallions on it. Here's the thing though. My mom got that recipe confused with a twice baked potato. So basically what we wound up getting was like a hybrid of a twice baked potato and a potato skin. I mean, it was good, don't get me wrong. And there was another thing that we did have that if you look at my social media, you'll know what it is. Here's the thing. It's not the item in question, but what's on top of the item. That is actually a very, 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 very special mom food that I am saving for later. And when I say I'm saving it for later, what I mean is, because listen, there's a whole bunch of other mom foods I haven't talked about yet. I'm trying to space them out. I don't want to use them all in one setting. Space them out, There's a whole bunch of mom foods I haven't talked about yet. And if it ever comes a day where, like, there aren't very many mom foods left, I only have like a few left. What I had last night is actually the mom food I would save for second to last. Oh yes, believe it or not, there's even one I would even hide above what I'm talking about. But again, if someday running out of mom foods to talk about, there you go. And to cap it all off, we had Tournament of Champions. We got a new winner of Tournament of Champions. Chef Mei Lin. Seriously, I legit had Jet Tila winning the whole thing. I mean, with Brooke Williamson gone, this whole thing was Jet's to lose. And he lost. But you know what? Jet said, if she can beat me, she can win the whole thing. And darn it, she did. And the best part is especially with Jet Tila and Mei Lin, their stories are very similar. They were born, in different countries. They came over as immigrants. It's not necessarily a fun life for immigrants, even if you get your papers in order. And their parent, I don't want to use stereotypes or anything, but because they're both of Asian descent, their parents are very demanding. They expect much out of them. So when they go into a culinary field, well, actually with Jet Tila, he grew up in a family, working in his family's, Asian grocery store. So I guess his parents, I'm pretty sure his parents were okay with that, but Mei Lin for sure. Like, her parents wanted more out of her. They expected more out of her. So you can imagine how much they would disapprove if she decides to go to culinary school. Like, winning Tournament of Champions all but assured her and everyone else who watched that being a culinary juggernaut that she now is, not that she wasn't before, but now, yeah, she won Tournament of Champions. She's got credit for days now. My point is, she belongs what she's doing. What she is doing is absolutely right. For sure. And no, it's not a crazy, women belong in the kitchen. No, it's not. Okay? If anything, it's amazing that all 4 winners of Tournament of Champions have been women. And for the most part, they've all been of different races too, now that I think about it. Oh, Brooke and Tiffany are both white. Manish Chauhan is of Indian descent. Meanwhile, Mei Lin is of Asian descent. But the fact remains, they've all been done by women. So, honestly, and it's actually the final itself was just an inspiration for the fact, like, I mean, listen, I'm white, so I don't know if I'm necessarily, if I'm allowed to talk about this, but it provides a great opportunity, and I swear what I'm about to say, I don't mean anything bad by it. People who are born of a different color or different race, you know, they never really get the proper respect they deserve. Even when it's very clear they're the most qualified or they're the best at something. And if you're a little kid who is of a different race or color, you're going to be put down a lot. You're going to say, you know, you can't do stuff. This is for those people. You're not allowed to do that. When you have two women of different races battling for the title of Tournament of Champions, that is an opportunity for all little boys and girls of the races that Mini, Chohan, and Malin are. Like, you know what? They can do that. We can do that too. That is incredible. I think that's the most incredible thing ever. Are you kidding me? Like, we need more diversity. We need, like, the best of the best to represent. And we got it. And not to take away from Anit Chohan either, because she already won Tournament Champions too. Honestly, winning a second belt would just give her the title of being the first one to win it more than once. But I'm really glad for Chef Mainland. So, to all the contestants who are the champions, congratulations. You provided an amazing show. Again, my only regret is it just ended too soon. Like, you know what, I'm just going to say it. Like, Guy Fieri or whoever is in charge of, like, making the show Tournament Champions, just make it like the college national basketball tournament and have it be 64 people. Just do it. Please. I mean, 16 episodes is definitely a lot more appealing than 8. Actually, would it be 16? Because you'd have 8 contestants a night, so that's 8 episodes right there. Yeah, it would be. It would be 16 episodes. So yeah, People Food Network, make that happen. So all in all, yesterday, fantastic day. Like, probably the best feast I've had in years. And the only thing that can actually make this better is if we read this week's One Piece chapter. So, let's begin. See my face okay? Okay, here we go. One Piece, chapter 1080. The Hero of Legend. Okay, it looks like we're at Pirate Island, or Full Lead Island in the New World, or Hachinosu, which is a weird translation. Sometimes that means Beehive Island, or sometimes it means full of lead, like, you know, when you shot at by bullets and stuff, because bullets were made of lead back then. Looks like Kobe's been captured, but he escaped. 5-star bounty, that means he'd be worth 500 million berries for cross-kill. Oh my god. Okay, if any of you are fans of the Canadians from South Park, you're gonna love this chapter. I dare not spoil why here. You just gotta read it. So, there's Kobe. Hey, he's looking like he's helping prisoners escape too. It's awesome. Ooh, okay. You know, I might as well spoil it here. The giant skull on Hachinosu was talking. like legit like a Canadian from South Park. And believe it or not, that was Alvaro Pizarro's new power. The Isle fruit. He's an island man. In a way, it does kind of look like a ripoff of Pika's devil fruit. But I bet it's probably only a little bit like just the island. Like probably Pizarro's range is probably like that in an entire island, where Pika is only like a short range of like a small nation or something. I don't know. There's Shiryu, but we already seen his alpha power. He's the clear fruit. He can turn invisible. Oh, Vasco shot. Okay, what can you do? The glug fruit. Is he conjuring and manipulating booze? Huh. That actually, because alcohol is flammable, drop a whole bunch of alcohol on like a city, you're gonna make a big fire. Okay. Oh, okay, there's San Juan Wolf. Actually, we've known about San Juan Wolf's devil fruit power for a long time, but this is the first time it's ever been mentioned in the manga. Here's the thing. San Juan Wolf is known as the Great Battle Chef, right? And he is a very, very, very big man. Here's the thing though. The reason why he's very big is the huge fruit. He is a giant deification man. Like, if I were to eat the huge fruit, I would grow really big. San Juan Wolf is already a huge person to begin with. So, he ain't just big, he's big. Okay? So, that's cool. Okay, a flashback. Okay, there's Teach. There's Kuzan. Alright. Okay, Kuzan is going over the small details that Sword is. Alright. It looks like Sword is essentially like they're part of the Navy, but they're not. And they can actually go choose to fight any of the four emperors if they want to, without needing permission. Okay. A little bit of lore right there, very nice. There's a lot of action in this chapter so far now I think about it. Okay. It looks like Perona helped Kobe escape if Kobe helps find Gecko Moria. Wait, Gecko Moria didn't join Teach? Okay, for those of you who don't know, Gecko Moria is like one of the most lackluster villains of the series. Like, few, if any, actually have respect for the guy. But, you know, like, I give Gecko Moria his just dues. For now. It's probably the one time I'll only ever be able to do it. Because he didn't join Teach. He legit kept to his principles. Yeah, Gecko Moria as a character kind of sucks. He's not the worst character in the series, though. Not even close. Okay, looks like some more Marines are showing up. You got, Fujaku, who, oh, it's Suru's granddaughter, okay. The Whip fruit? Okay, that's actually really funny what she's doing with that. That's really cool. Got, Prince Groose. The Glorp fruit? Oh, Claymate. Wait. Those are all clay golems you made? It's like Cracker's power, only with Cracker it was biscuits, but here it's clay. And clay would easily be much more effective than biscuits, so there you go. You certainly can't eat biscuits, I know that. You can eat biscuits, but you can't eat clay. That's what I'm going to say. Sword Commander Hibari. Looks like she's just a really good sniper. I love how she's talking to Kobe like, I forget the type of story it is in Japan, but basically, like, the girlfriend's kind of crazy for, like, the guy, but, like, it's like combination, like, oblivious, funny, a little scary. Like, I forget the name of that one kind of, form of storytelling. Someone's gonna point out what it is. Is that Garp coming in to a diverse style? Okay. Garp is here. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm afraid to turn the next page. Oh! Okay. To paint the scene, this is probably the greatest form of advanced conqueror's hockey I've ever seen. Garp's got to be like 1,000 feet in the air, and he just punched at the ground, and it looks like a nuclear bomb went off. Okay, not a nuclear bomb, but this is huge. This is easily the greatest iteration of conqueror's hockey, advanced conqueror's hockey I think we've ever seen. And I gotta set this down because I have a few things to say. So not only did we get a lot of really great, this was a very big action chapter. Holy cow. With a pretty good lore too. Not to mention, Garp coming in to save Kobe is exactly like what Whitebeard did for Ace. In fact, this whole chapter was essentially like, well, not this whole chapter, but Kobe trying to help prisoners escape. That was easily impelled, like impelled on was for Luffy. And Garp coming to save Kobe, just like Marineford. Literally 2 arcs that were back to back that were essentially a One Piece best hits of list, if you want to call it that. And I love those 2 arcs for sure. But the fact that we're essentially seeing this again, only from a different perspective in a way, that's cool. Like, okay, you know what? How do I put it this way? You see a lot of really great authors throughout history and even today, like a Colleen Hoover or a J.K. Rowling or a C.S. Lewis or a J.R.R. Tolkien or George R.R. Martin. A lot of initials, huh? The point is, they're all great authors. And whenever people like read their works, like for the most part their work's usually good, but there's always like those moments, those small detailed moments where like you read it and after you're done reading, you're like, that's why I read this person's work. A chapter like this is why the One Piece fans read the work of Eiichiro Oda. This is why we read One Piece. And it's such a shame that we have another 2-week break. When we just had one. Oh well. Some of this was bound to happen eventually this year. Come to think of it, this is the first time this year where like we just got off the 2-week break, only to have another 2-week break. So I guess it's okay. Honestly, this was like a great 24 hours. Between Easter yesterday and pretty much culminating in this chapter. Bro, like, I'm feeling high going into it. Okay, maybe I said that wrong. Like, I feel like I'm riding on a high that is going to get me through this week. Here's hoping. I hope you all like this video. If you did, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, under home this video. For all you guys watching, enjoy today. We'll be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Did I not do Happy Monday? Happy Monday, everyone. And remember, if you guys want to talk to us, we'll be here to lend and always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.